right, we got a pound of weenies. We're gonna dump this into a crock pot. I love crock pot meals, and this one's gonna be so good. You wanna get these weenies laid out flat so they cook evenly. And we're using a liner on this because it saves the crock pot from getting all dirty. It's less work, less cleanup you gotta do. Next up, we're gonna do some Italian style meatballs. This is 2 pounds. So we're just gonna dump these right on top. Whole lot of meat on this recipe here. Those are looking good. Okay, now we got a 1.5 cups of some high quality H2O we're gonna pour in here. That's water for you non-chemists out there. Just a 1.5 cups of water. Yeah, that's looking really good. Now we're gonna get a little crazy here, all right? We got some barbecue sauce. The only one that you can use on this is Sweet Baby Ray's. It is just the best thing since sliced bread. So we're gonna pour that right on top. The whole thing. It's like 18 ounces, I think. You gotta really, well, this thing's whistling. And then you gotta make inappropriate jokes about the sounds that come out of empty bottles. Am I right? We got some cherry pie filling. Now this is gonna add the sweet and tart flavors to this recipe. Let me make sure we get all that out. Got it all? Okay. And then we're gonna bring a little extra fanciness and do some Thai sweet ginger sauce. Now we just wanna do a little bit of this because this stuff's pretty strong. But it's gonna add some of that sweet and tangy. Grab your spoon. You just wanna mix that up a little bit. Get it all in those balls. That water mixed up, cherries. And these frozen meatballs kind of stick together, so make sure you just kind of break those apart. Get it all in the weenies and the balls. Mix that in there good. Oh yeah. This is gonna become a really rich and creamy mixture. Now we're gonna put this on low for about 4 to 6 hours. Whoa, that looks amazing.
So tasty. It smells really good too.
Yeah, that's been cooking for about, I think we left it for about 6 hours on low. So it said 4 to 6 hours, but we got busy doing other stuff. And I mean, the longer it's in there, the better. I'm gonna just try one of these.
This looks like great for a party too.
Oh yeah, it's easy because do I want a weenie or a meatball? Let me do a ball. See how this is. Smells so good. It's gonna be so hot. Whoa. Perfectly cooked.
Wow.
Extremely moist. Not dry at all. Very flavorful. This is so good. Perfect for Super Bowl. All right, guys. We are back in the kitchen after moving to the new house. We got some chicken breasts right here. We're gonna fold those just around the crock pot. Okay, now we got some diced up onion. There's a whole large onion. We're gonna pour that entire thing in there. Just get your hands in there, or if you have a spoon, even better. Now, you're gonna line that with the pan, and then you just wanna flop these down. Get them in those onions real good. Just kind of pat it down. Yeah, there we go. We've got a bed of onions and chicken. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some cream of chicken and some cream of celery. Now this stuff is so good, guys. We're just gonna dump both of these in here, just like that. All right. Looking good. Now we're gonna grab some parsley flakes. You can use fresh parsley too, that would work fine. Just gonna sprinkle that on there. Yeah. And then we have some poultry seasoning, chicken seasoning, same thing. For those of you who didn't know, chicken is poultry and poultry is chicken. That looks good. And then some classic ground pepper. Can't go wrong with this. Just gonna sprinkle a pretty good amount of that. We love that stuff. All right. And then we're just gonna get 2 cups of chicken broth. You can get that anywhere. But alright. Yeah, and here's what we use, just regular old chicken broth. And we're gonna put this on high for 5 hours, but we're gonna check on it after 4 and do the next step. Now we got some biscuits, some 8 buttermilk. Get that out of there. Give that a pop. Open these bad boys up. Yeah, so we're 4 hours into the cooking. Everything's looking good in the crock pot. Now we just gotta get this final step ready. You wanna get your biscuits. And I just kind of like to do this. Just get them all close together. My hands are clean, don't worry guys. Let's get a knife. We're gonna do 4 slices of this. So there's 1, 2, and then 3 and 4. All right, now we got 2 cups of frozen veggies. It's important that they're frozen because you don't want to overcook this thing. All right, got a carrot stuck in my shirt. Okay, now we're gonna get these 4 strips that we made with the biscuits that we cut. We're just gonna lay this right on top of there. Look at that, it's already like sizzling. That is beautiful right there. This will make our good chicken and dumplings. I'll put this lid back on for about an hour and it's gonna be good to go. Ooh, that's looking good. Look at those biscuits. Oh my gosh.
It's like a pot pie.
Oh, it's kind of like a pot pie, chicken dumpling. Probably should get like a better spoon. Look at that. Oh man. All that goodness, broth. I'm gonna try some of this. Ready? Let's see here.
Yeah.
All right. It's really hot, actually.
You should blow on it.
There we go. Ooh, it's hot. Oh, that's so good. Mmm.
All right, we have 1 pound of cooked ground turkey for you guys here.
Oh, snap.
I know, we got the wife cooking today, okay?
Oh, she thinks she's better than me.
Well, leave in the comments who's better, okay? So we've got our ground turkey. I diced up some bell peppers and some onions. I chose yellow because it's one of my favorite colors.
Because the color of the sun.
Yeah, obviously, it's beautiful. I did a 1/2 cup of corn. And I use organic, super sweet corn. Trader Joe's all the way.
It's frozen corn.
Frozen corn,
Okay.
yeah. Then I'm going to do 1 can of organic kidney beans. Oh, it's looking really tasty.
Did you rinse those or just?
Yeah, I like to rinse them because I don't like all the juice that's in there. It's kind of yucky.
Okay.
Then we're going to do 2 cans organic diced tomatoes.
Yum.
Put this all up in there.
That's the good stuff.
That looks real good. Then we have 2 cups of diced sweet potatoes.
Yum.
Now that is a little extra thing for you, right? Let's start to mix this up a little bit. This is going to be so good. I like to kind of stir it a little bit.
Nice.
Then we are going to do 1 tablespoon of ground cumin. Is that how you say that?
Cumin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
And then we're going to do 1 teaspoon of garlic powder.
I love
Okay,
that.
right, so good. And then we have Amy's organic chili.
Spicy.
Spicy chili. And you think, why would you put a can of chili in your chili, right?
Yeah, why would you?
Well, it has jalapenos and onions and peppers, and it honestly just makes everything a little bit thicker. And I'm allergic to something in tomato paste I can't have, but I'm not allergic to this, so I use this for a little bit more flavor. Okay.
Okay.
And then we're going to do 2 cups of chicken broth just over everything.
That's
right?
where it gets really good.
So good. And in case you're wondering, this is the chicken broth that I use.
Okay, chicken stock, chicken broth.
Chicken stock,
same
chicken
thing.
broth. we're gonna toss that up in there. Now we are going to top with some salt. We don't want to overdo it, but a couple of circles around. And then we are going to top with black pepper, same thing.
The fresh stuff.
Oh yeah, just do like a couple rounds, okay?
Okay.
And we are going to stir this up. It's going to be so tasty. And then we are going to cover this up and cook this on high for 5 hours, and I'll let you know when it's done.
All right.
Okay.
Look at that. That looks so good. Slow cooked chili. I'm gonna try some of this. Let's see. Gotta blow on it. Should be good. Woo! Hot. Flavorful. You can taste the jalapeno and the chili. That's good. All right, we got this pound of breakfast sausage cooked up. We're gonna add a 4th cup of flour. And what we're making today is a very special biscuits and gravy crock pot. So slow cooker. But first you gotta get this gravy made. So we're gonna stir this up for just a couple minutes until this flour gets all mixed in. Now, we're gonna slowly add 2.5 cups of milk.
Sizzling.
Yeah, it's gonna be sizzling. You're gonna keep stirring because this stuff will scorch on you.
Don't let it
It's a
scorch.
scorcher. Alright, you gotta keep doing this. Yeah. Alright.
That's good.
Now, we're gonna get this gravy going. So, we're gonna turn this to pretty high heat, so maybe 8 out of 10. And we're just gonna get this thing cooking. And the goal is to get this to a slow boil. Once it gets to a slow boil, we're gonna switch it to a simmer and just cook it for a couple more minutes, and I'll show you what's next. We got the low simmer going right now for just a couple minutes with this low boil. We're gonna pour some salt and a little bit of pepper in here, and then we're gonna transfer this over to the crock pot. Okay, we got our sausage gravy right here. Look how good that turned out. Oh my gosh, my mouth is watering.
I can't believe you made that.
It's not time to eat it yet, as much as I want to. So we're just gonna kind of smooth that out in the bottom. Then we're gonna grab the good stuff. We're gonna open them up. All right, split it in half. You wanna put that right on top of this. Oh yeah. You wanna fit as many biscuits in as you can. It's okay if they're touching. This is gonna turn into a really good flaky mixture at the end. All right, we're gonna turn this on low for about 2 hours with the lid on. Let's see how it is. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at those perfectly cooked biscuits. Guys, I am so excited about this. I'm just gonna dig straight in. Try to grab some of this. Might be easier with a spoon. Yep, definitely gonna be easier with a spoon. Ooh, that gravy is kind of like sizzling in there. Dang, look at that. Let me try this thing. Oh. So hot. Works so good. All right, we got 1.5 cups of long grain brown rice. And pour that into a crock pot. Next, I have a chopped up 2 carrots and diced up some onions. So there's a whole onion. I'm just gonna pour this on this other half. This is gonna be so good, guys. Get your veggies in.
Don't touch your eyes after that.
I know. Better not touch my eyes. Okay, now
Always do that.
I know. Now that we got that, we're gonna get a little bit of garlic powder. We're just gonna drizzle that on. You could do a couple cloves too, but I just like to do a little extra of that. A little bit of salt. And not a whole lot, maybe half a teaspoon. Maybe a teaspoon of pepper. And then we're gonna grab some cream of chicken. This stuff is amazing. I'm just gonna kind of pour that all along. We're just in one spot, so it's gonna glob. That's great too. Then we're gonna grab some chicken broth. With a huge glob. 3 cups of this. We're just gonna pour this right along.
Glob.
All of this glob. Right on the glob. 2 big old skinless, boneless chicken breasts that I diced up. And we're just gonna toss that into this crock pot. Now get your spoon. You wanna mix all this up really good. Now that this is all mixed up, we're gonna put the lid on and we're gonna cook this on high for about 3.5 to 4 hours, and then we're gonna continue on with the rest of the recipe. All right, let's see how this is. Yep, that's been going good. We're about 3.5 hours into that. So I'm gonna grab just a little bit of the cheddar jack cheese. I'm gonna pour about a cup of that on right now. And then after that, we're gonna grab a bag of green peas frozen. It's about 2 cups of peas. I'm gonna pour all that in there, mix that up. Mix that up real good. Make sure those peas get mixed in with the chicken. Chicken's looking really good too. Okay. And then finally, we're gonna do the last half of the cheese. We're just gonna get a good chunk of this. Really cover that up. All right, we're gonna put the lid back on for about 10 minutes on high, guys. See how this turned out? Oh yeah. That looks good. Look at that. Let's see how this is. That is perfect right there.